And that North American belt is handed down. A nice trophy for Rondona's home if he can get it. Canadian big-time wrestling featuring the North American champion, Stan the Man Stasiak, known far and wide as the Crusher. Nice move by Rondona, who is a clever wrestler. It must be pointed out after that fine arm drag by Dona that the Crusher is famous for his hot punch. And it is that taped right hand that bothers wrestling fans most because that's the one that does the damage. And this fellow goes before the physician prior to his bout. He always seems to provide a reasonable excuse for wearing the tape. And that time, the blow was delivered at the forehead. Stasiak using his power against Dona, landing the big bombs with the forearm. Another right hand to the forehead, and you note earlier that Dona went head first into the turnbuckle, which is always a bad move. And the man collides with the turnbuckle, and if that hand wasn't injured before the bout, it certainly took a jarring bit. Nice evasive move by Rondona. And in the words of the Australians, Stan Stasiak goes on a walkabout. That turnbuckle is covered with tape. So any blow taken there by any part of the body sets up quite a jarring effect. You will often see the wrestler take quite a blow on the head. Well, their neck is so well muscled. The neck of the wrestler is well conditioned. And it has got to be. Nice counter by Dona. Ooh, that short, sharp jab to the heart. Steady Dona. And so the man from Buzzard Creek is having problems as he is now tied up in the rope, and Dona goes heavily on that hand. Nice move by Dona, and Stasiak takes stock of the situation. Finds that Dona is giving him a lot of trouble, and he resorts to the boots. I often am amazed that a fellow with so much going for him in size and strength must resort to the boot, but there the famous hard punch was delivered heavily to Dona, and Dona's in trouble. Stan Stasiak leans in on his man. 1, 2, and 3. That is it. Rondona, victim of the famed hot punch.
8:30 p.m., June 24th, Saturday, tonight, Cow Palace in San Francisco. Dean, Harley Race sent us an interview. He couldn't be here this morning, I should say, but he will be at the Cow Palace tonight. And before we talk to you for a moment, let's go to that tape right now.
19 years I've devoted to this right here. Please believe me when I tell you, you're not the man to take it away. Take it back 16, 17 years ago when you hurt me. Tuck me out of wrestling for a while. Take it back to the Cow Palace just last year. In a big battle royal when I was eliminated by you and a bunch of other people. I want a match with you. And if it takes coming all the way to the Cow Palace, I'm on my way. I'll be there. But this time, there's a lot of years of experience. There's a lot of vengeance. And there's a man coming for you that I'm sure in your own mind that you've let slip your mind about me. I haven't forgot. I don't forget anything. I'm coming to hurt you. Right here represents the world of professional wrestling. The world's heavyweight title. I've traveled all over the world with all the pride and the dignity that any man on the face of this earth could have. All of that can be yours. There's one man standing in your way. He's talking to you right now. And when I come to the Cow Palace, I'm coming not to wrestle you, not to represent myself as world's heavyweight champion. I'm coming to hurt you. Please believe me, I'm going to do it.
Okay.
September 1st, 1972. This is one of the greatest classics of all time, the cage match of this night. Let me tell you, nobody that witnessed this will ever forget it. And for those of you who did not witness it, we're going to play it again, Sam, because I want to tell you, this really gets ugly. This is what you call cage action with no heart. No heart, no soul. These poor guys, no love lost between the two teams. Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher at the height of their career. One of the toughest in the history of the sport. They were never tougher than this night in 72. In fact, we had to go and get the best, toughest referee we could find to handle a match. Jersey Joe Walcott, the former world heavyweight boxing champion, and you see him right there coming in and out of your screen. That's right, Jersey Joe Walcott. And the night before this match, we had Jersey Joe in the same studio with these four guys, trying to lay down certain rules, you know, for the betterment of, you know, of being kind to one another, to the sense of we just want out slaughter, you know. But they didn't even hardly want to talk to each other in the sense of discussing rules. When they left the meeting, they almost got in a big brawl right there. And the bottom line was no rules. That's right, no rules. No time limit. No disqualification. No mercy. Those were the rules that they decided on. And brother, this is the way it unfolded. Here as you watch, keep in mind that this battle went on for about 35 minutes. So we're not showing the 35 minutes. We're showing the highlights of the match. And in these highlights, you're going to see certain things that you will never see in a cage match in your life. Number one, you're going to see Jersey Joe Walcott, the referee, actually go out of control, in the sense that he couldn't handle the idea of being in that ring and all that violence unfolding around him without really venting his emotions. So he lets Heenan have it towards the end of the match. Plus, at the end of the match, you'll see Heenan vomit in the corner, vomit blood in the corner, and try to shield his face because he didn't want the cameraman to take this film of him vomiting. But he was, hey, you get thudded against that wire for 35, 38 minutes, hey, brother, your stomach's upside down, and your system ain't in control anymore. And let me tell you, he was loose as a goose in the sense he couldn't control anything, brother. So he just, that was it. There's pretty boy Bobby Heenan taking that punishment there. And now we got, whoa, Dick the Bruiser is coming in off that rope. This is rough and tough action. The roughest, the toughest that you'll ever see. Here comes Dick the Bruiser. He's pounding on Blackjack Mulligan. Let me tell you, Blackjack Mulligan, how tough is Mulligan? Hey, A guy came in the ring in Boston and cut him up one side and down the other. He took 200 stitches right after he got in a wrestling game. He almost bled to death because nobody wanted to go into the ring and take the knife off the guy that cut him. Finally, a Boston policeman jumped in, and they subdued, with the help of one of his partners, the knife wielder, and our friend Blackjack Mulligan was saved from death. And what do you think? Hey, he was back in action. Scars running up and down his body. He was back in action 2 months later. And I want to tell you, that's how tough and rough he was. He was tough. He didn't care. And Lanza didn't care. And Bruiser didn't care. Hey, we got 4 guys that just didn't care. And you think that they ever asked for time? Did you think they ever said, stop it? You think they ever turned to Walcott and said, hey, stop it? I want to tell you, we were right there at ringside. Nobody said nothing. They just kept pounding each other until finally, when it was all over, the Lanza and Mulligan really couldn't continue. But more than that, Heenan was really out of it. And so the match was over. And Dick the Bruiser and the Crusher had won. But I tell you something, it wasn't a clear-cut victory, because Bruiser and Crusher had a lot of damage to themselves. Both of them were bleeding. Look, there, you just saw that. Walcott just gave him a shot, and Heenan's down. See, Walcott was out of control this night. It was incredible. I couldn't believe my eyes. Here we are at Soldier Field, site of the Bears, where they play them great wild and woolly football games. Them great NFL stars pounding on each other. I'll tell you something, Soldier Field never had 4 guys pounding like this in any football game you'll ever see. And there they are trying to escape now. You think they're trying to escape for some unusual reason? No, they're just trying to escape the punishment. That's all. They just want to get out of there. They want to get away from the punishment. Hey, the blows are raining on them. I'll tell you something. Look at, they grab at Heenan, pull him around. There, you see Mulligan bleeding. Now, Walcott's already, he counted him down, and that's it. Walcott says, look at, that's it. That's the pin. That's the match. But look at Lance.
Tricks every day. That's how he was able to build that beautiful, massive body of his. Well, I'll say he calls it beautiful. Chop with the fingers right into the throat of Eddie Dice. He's on the canvas and hurt.
Eddie Dice isn't used to this kind of action. He isn't doing too well against a guy who breaks the rules to the extent of Austin Idol. He's used to the more scientific approach in wrestling.
Oh, that boot caught him right underneath the chin. Quite an unusual boots also that Eddie, Austin Idol wears. It's flesh-colored.
Say what you will about Austin Idol, he is a very effective wrestler, very, very skillful. But he won't hesitate, as he's doing right now, to get that little extra advantage in there.
Pushing that leg against that rope, applying the pressure, hanging onto the neck. Referee checking to make sure it's not a chokehold. It's not. I believe, first of all, that the forearm of Austin Idol is too huge to get underneath the neck of Eddie Dice anyway.
Well, he certainly is skillful at outmaneuvering the referee.
He puts a punch to the forehead of Eddie Dice. Eddie Dice having a hard time getting up, getting a little help from Austin Idol. And he throws him up, throws him down. Big-time wrestling, ladies and gentlemen, coming your way here each and every week. Nice to have you with us along our network. We're going to get a count, I believe. 1, no, he stops. Oh, that's brutality, Terry.
I think he could have pinned him right there, Chuck. He's been overwhelming Eddie Dice right from the opening bell.
Arm drag into the ropes. Oh, he comes across with that forearm right underneath the chin. It puts Eddie Dice down. Oh, and there is his maneuver. It's a submission hold. The submission hold by Austin Idol, and it's going to be over, Terry. It's all over.
Digging that knuckle right into that temple. They're just driving it in.
The referee